Today I will talk on 10% model for sustainable irrigation in a rain-fed area. In Maharashtra, as we all of us know, 82% agriculture is rain-fed. Means there is no assured irrigation or assured source of water all 12 months. So what can be done for this? So if we could store a rainfall, as by now everybody knows, rainfall has huge potential. And if we could store that rainfall on an individual plot of a farmer or for a group of farmers or at village level, then these problems can be solved. We have seen a farmer can have a sustainable kharif crop or assured kharif crop and assured rabi crop, then he is better off. But due to lack of sustainable irrigation or lack of assured water on his plot itself, he doesn't know whether he will get kharif crop and rabi crop properly. So here concept is, if you stored a surface runoff of your plot, say if you have a total holding of say 4-5 acres, and that 4-5 acre is divided into many subplots, and say one of the plot is of 10 guntha, and out of that 10 guntha, and 10% means 1 guntha, if you could store rainwater, first rainwater in that 1 guntha, then that water can be used if a second rainfall, if there is a more gap between first and second rainfall. Many a time it happens, which was the case some 3 years back in Maharashtra, in our Konkan region, where for almost 24-25 days after first rainfall, rain did not come. So then in that case, this farmer can use this water if subsequent rains are delayed. Like this, when the second rain occurs, that also water will be stored in that pit or storage arrangement which we have made, which again he can use afterwards. Like this, his kharif crop will be sustainable. And the last rainfall will remain stored in this pit, and that can be used for rabi crops. Like this, farmer in a different part of Maharashtra, in this rain-fed area, can have assured Kharif and Rabi crop. One such study has been done by Professor S.N. Panda and his colleagues from Kharagpur IIT in the West Madinapur district of West Bengal. During 2002-2003 they started this experiment, and they chose 21 plots of 800 square meter, that is 8 gunthas, and 10% of that, that is 0.8 guntha, they developed a trapezoidal pit having depth of 2.4 meter. And they studied this for 3 years, and they found that if a water is collected on an individual plot of a farmer, then he has a sustainable paddy crop, and they have mustard as a Rabi crop in Madinapur. That Madinapur district have an annual average rainfall of 1500 millimeter. There they say as a ORF, that is on-farm reservoir. That means each subdivided plot of a farmer, however small it might be, will have a farm pond or will have a water storage arrangement within that plot itself. Because if he has a water storage arrangement on plot itself, then he can use it there itself. I will give you another 2 examples from Maharashtra, where our Jalavardhini Pratishthan was connected. One is the case of ISKCON Talasari. They have a land more than 22 acres. They also wanted to go for all 12 months irrigation, 12 months some farming. They tried for bore well, but they could not get sufficient water so that this agricultural activity can be continued for all 12 months. So they called Jalavardhini, and we suggested that we develop a pond on the 10% of your land. So they identified a 10-acre plot, and it had a depression almost at the center. So we developed a pond having length of 750 feet by 45 feet and average depth of 15 feet. So water stored in that was almost 1.4 crore, that is 14 million liters. And the area under plot was 0.75 acre, that is 7.5% of the 10 acre. So with this stored water, they could add a sustainable Kharif crop and Rabi crops also. Another example is from horticultural development. In Konkan, normally cashew or mangoes are planted for horticulture. Let us consider 80 trees are planted per acre, and each tree requires around 10 liters of water per day post monsoon. That is for remaining 240 days of a year. For cashew and mango, in initial days, it doesn't need 10 liters of water. They say 1 liter is sufficient in an initial day. For calculation purpose, we take 10 liter per day. So the quantity of water required will be 240 into 10 into 80 will come to 1,92,000 liters. Say around 2 lakh liter water will be required for sustainable horticulture. So these 2 lakh liters were stored in a almost 100 square meter area having average depth of 2 meter. So it goes to 2 lakh liter, and the farmer had a sustainable horticultural development. We know that government of Maharashtra is having a farm pond yojana for every farmer. Farm pond varies from 10 meter by 10 meter to 30 meter by 30 meter, having depth 2 meter or 3 meter. Or even they have a community pond also, where a group of farmers comes together and develop a farm pond. And water from that is used for agricultural purpose. But I have no idea whether these farm ponds are used for sustainable Kharif crop and Rabi crop, or if some study is being done by some institute. So if some agricultural college or engineering college comes forward, then Jalavardhini Pratishthan will take some part, may like to take some part if required in the study. Since this is related to water conservation, engineering college can come forward so that farmers from Maharashtra in a rain-fed area, which is almost 82%, will have a sustainable Kharif crop and Rabi crop, and he will be better off than what he is today. That's all.